Hello and welcome to the Art Beacon, our regular video advocacy report for California disability community. I am Joe Perales, Director of ALARC California. This video reports provide timely updates on the policies, legislation, and decisions that impact children and adults with developmental disabilities, their families, and the workforce that supports them. Throughout these updates, we will shine a light on what's happening on both the state and the federal levels, share opportunities for you to get involved, and to work together to protect the essential supports and services that so many Californians rely on. Thank you for being part of our community and using your voice. For today's Art Beacon, we have some exciting news. For years, families across California have shared similar experiences during the Visual Program Plan or IPP meetings. Sometimes they're informed that a requested service is not available or that they receive a notice of action without enough clarity on why a decision was made. In many cases, when a family disagrees with a decision, that disagreement isn't clearly documented or it doesn't follow the persons through the system in a way that ensures accountability. As a result, families are often confused, frustrated, and unsure of how effectively advocate for their loved ones. At the Arc of California, we are long recognized that these were not isolated issues. They reflected a broader need for transparency, consistency, and equity across the developmental service system. That's why in 2025, we worked alongside Assembly Dr. Joaquin Arambula to introduce AB 1220. AB 1220 was designed to three simple, powerful things. First, require the service denial, notices of action, and disagreements be clearly documented into the person's IPP. Second, ensure that this information is tracked and publicly reported by the Department of Developmental Services. Regional centers should also include this data as part of their meetings with the stakeholders or may elect to have a separate meeting to present that data specific to disagreements, denials, and notices of action. And third, promote transparency and consistency so families can make informed decisions and advocate with confidence. While AB 1220 did not ultimately pass out of legislature, something important happened along the way. By shining the light on this issue through advocacy, public comments, and the thousands of voices of families across the state, change began to happen. On December 31st, the California Department of Developmental Services issued a statewide directive to all regional centers that marks a history step forward. For the first time ever, DDS will require regional centers to collect, categorize, and report detailed data on services disagreements, denials, and notices of action to occur during the IPP meetings. This data will include what services were denied or disputed and why. Beginning with 2026, the 27 fiscal year, DDS and regional centers will compile this information annually. And starting December 31st, 2027, this data will be made public. Let me be clear about why this matters. Until now, this information was largely invisible. Families knew what they experienced, but the system did not track in a way that allowed patterns to be identified, disparities to be addressed, or to accountability to be taken root. With this directive, families would no longer be navigating denials in the dark. Advocates will have a data to point to, and policymakers will have real information about where the system has fallen short and where it needs to be improved. This is a great example of how advocacy works and why it's so important to stay educated and informed and use your voice. It does matter. Not every bill becomes law, but every bill can move the system closer to justice and equity. AB 1220 created a momentum, accountability, and action. To everyone who signed the action alert, share the story, contact the legislators, who stood with us in this effort. This moment belongs to you. And a special thank you to Assemblymember Arambula and his staff for their tireless efforts on this campaign and for being champions on the disability community. At Alarcta, California, we remain committed to ensuring that language access, transparency, and equity are not optional. They are foundational to a system that truly serves people with developmental disabilities. We will continue to monitor implementation, work with families, and push for a system where answers are clear, rights are respected, and advocacy leads to real change. We are grateful for DDS and their partnership and look forward to continuing their work together to address the needs of our community. You can find the directive on the ARC website under the newsroom blog at thearcca.org/news-room/blog. Thank you for watching the ARC Beacon, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channels for the ARC of California and Alarcta, California, so you don't miss important updates. Thank you and be well.